Hello everybody and welcome to my first YouTube series called So You Want to Draw. Essentially we're going to be learning how to draw a character. So today we're going to look into everyone's favourite rat in the whole entire world, Pikachu. Look at that rat. Look at him. So cute. Wouldn't hurt a fly. Pika! Okay, so the first thing we want to do is pick a Pikachu we want to roll with. So if you can have a look through, find which one of you want specifically. Let's see if we can find a good one for us. NANI? Not that one. Well, let's just go back at the top and we'll just go with... let's just go with this Pikachu here. So all you want to do, just copy him. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put him into a Photoshop document or a Sai paint tool, whatever you're going to work with, and we'll go from there. Okay, so now that we've got Pikachu in place, let's just break him down into basic shapes. He's made mainly of just, three specific shapes. So one of them is eyes, so you can kind of think of his ears and his feet as eyes basically. If you want to make it even simpler, you can actually just draw them out as rectangles and then you just cut off the corners, but essentially they will always come back to eyes. Same with his feet. The other shapes he's got is his whole body is basically a rectangle. You can kind of think of his head and his his head and his body as dominoes, because essentially that's pretty much what he is. And then obviously you build off everything else off these points, etc, etc. But yeah, those are two of the main points, and the other one, body parts, and the last one is his arms, which is basically a triangle, and then you just cut a third off that triangle, and you'll pretty much have him dead on. These are mainly for accuracy, to keep him on point, but you can obviously do your own thing with him. But it's just nice to know that everything kind of comes down to shapes, and his tail is no different. These are just rectangles, 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 but you can kind of work with that anyway. So knowing all that, we can put this to practice. So I'm going to start with his ear. So there we go. Let's get his left ear down. So yeah, you'll see they obviously curve off just for reference, so we'll do that, and we'll do his second ear over here, and do another curve off there. So his ears kind of curve around, so you can see them kind of going whoop and joining together. So same thing with that. So the next most predominant feature in Pikachu is his neckline. So you need to just put in these little details. It's just sketch them out, join up his head a little. So one of the most important things is Pikachu's nose. It's a very predominant nose, so we just gotta get that down, lay down the fabric for his nose first, his old sniffer. Maybe put a little shine on it, give him a bit of personality, and then what you can do is you can start joining up start joining up his face a little, make that is Pikachu's iconic rugged features that he's very much known for. Just tweak this around a little. Yep, and then we'll join up his mouth a little bit. So yeah, Pikachu, he's always he's a smiley guy, right? He's got a nice big smile. So we just gotta make sure that he's just he's nestling it. You can see he's a happy guy. Just got to make that jawline a bit more predominant. That's what Pikachu's known for. So we just cut in, bring it up, and we join that smile together. Look at that. You can see where this is going, right? So now we've got the basis of his smile. We just got to add these little teeth in. Put these little points in. Make sure that people, he's a cute Pokemon, but he can be tough when he needs to, so you just give him a few teeth, and then what we'll do is we'll just accent his jawline a little, so you can see that it joins together. So it's not some kind of weird freak, Got to draw his little rosy cheeks here. So we'll do circles for now. Just the hardest part of being an artist is drawing a perfect circle. So we'll do that for now. We'll give him a little circle just to indicate where we're going to draw that. His little red cheeks. So next we'll do is we'll just move into his eyes. So his eyes, they're very similar to his ears. They got these like kind of sharp features to them. And then what you do is you just give him a pupil, you know, put those little nice details in there. This is what Pikachu's known for, and the same with his like eye on the outside. You know, you gotta, if you know, we're looking at him at an angle, and in this photo in general, you're seeing him pretty mostly like straight on. So in this case, you know, we're seeing a bit of more of a curve, but it brings out his personality better than anything else, I'd say. So next thing we do really is we're just gonna start carving out his body a little. You know, we're just gonna get that definition just right. So I'm just sorry, I'm just adjusting my screen a little because it doesn't match up to what I'm doing in the in my OBS Finder. So we'll just bring that up. There we go. Connected his body, so we can see that, you know, we can start seeing this like Pikachu's physique come through. So we just add these little details here. You know, got to make it a bit obvious where everything is. You know, Pikachu's body kind of a mess because he doesn't have any like obvious bodily features that will point that out. So there we go. So you can see Pikachu now. He's coming together, and you know, quite nicely as well. You know, we got his tail to worry about as well. So I guess the thing with his tail is it's pretty much just an electric bolt, you know, as everyone mostly knows. So let's just carve out the basic, you know, let's carve out the basic shapes. I did mention the basic shapes. I haven't really shown you them. So they are just rectangles with shifting, you know, shifting momentum. Yeah, shifting its shape and scaling it differently. So there we go. You can kind of think of it as I don't know what these things are, but the mathematical things, and you can use them and other things as well. But we'll just clean up these. We'll just clean up this bit, and you can see there that we kind of got his tail down. So he does have these ziggy zaggy thing here. So we'll leave a mark for now. Obviously we'll be cleaning this up later. So we can see here that Pikachu coming together, but he's missing, you know, he's missing his limbs. What's he going to do without his limbs? So as you remember with his, like, you know, his arms, they are made out of triangles. So it's important to keep, you know, these triangles going throughout. So we're just drawing some triangles here, and then we'll do the same down here. So let's just get this a bit more accurate. More triangles, and then since he's having his, you know, want to give his hand a bit more of a personality, we'll do the same here. So we'll just give this an extra little triangle to connect the other triangles together. So now you can he's coming along nicely. He just needs his legs, you know. Pikachu needs to walk around. You know what he's like. Loves to go to a barbecue, whip out the burgers, but he can't get there if he can't walk. So let's give him some legs. So similar thing before. Let's just give him lots of triangles down here. Got to get his feet accurate. You know, he has very pointy feet, so we've got to obviously honour that here. And then we do his legs. Very similar type of like scenario. Just draw out these triangles. I think we're mostly there, and then we just get rid of this little gap here, and there you go. You have yourself like kind of a nice Pikachu. You know, he's got his tongue here, so we could probably add these little details in. But like as it stands right now, it's just a case of, you know, refining him. So yeah, just give me a second, and I'll dapper him up, and then we'll go through colouring. Now that we have our basic shape done and kind of all cleaned up, let's move on to colouring. So we're colouring in general. I mean, you can pick your base colour in Pikachu if you want. So we'll do that for the sake of this video. And all you do is just create another layer underneath it and just kind of paint it in. So one of the things you'll notice with Pikachu is he has a shade on him. The colours can be changed kind of like as you please. So we could just go like, you know, put the details where the shading would normally be. Obviously you're going to clean this up as well, but another thing you can do as well is usually when you're doing shading, a blue is a nice colour to work with. So say we work over here and we just put these blue bits here, you can actually mess around with the various modes and you can find something that kind of works perfectly for you. So like the linear light here works quite nice, and then all you do is you'll drop down the opacity. So you can see if we drop that down to like 30, it's kind of similar, not entirely, but you kind of get a nice little color out of it, you know. It's kind of what you want out of it. So what I'll do, actually I'll just turn that back to normal, so I'll select that just so I've got the right color. We'll switch that back to linear light, so this is on a separate layer, and then we'll put that back down to 30. So now whenever I draw in these areas, you can see that, you know, we're getting the rough color, and it shades in quite nicely. So, and the best thing about that is you can pick like another color. So actually I'll save that. So if we pick like a color like red and you went underneath it, you would see kind of like a similar thing. It adapts to whatever kind of color you're using underneath. But yeah, for the sake of this, so what we'll do is we'll save this layer as, this will be called shading, and this will be your color. So now what we'll do is we're just going to speed through this, fill in the colors, and yeah. And there we have it, the perfect Pikachu.